So Howard Stern said recently on his radio show that he is seriously considering running for president of the United States in 2024. He said he was motivated after the overturning of Roe v. Wade. So, Courtney, Howard 2024, you in?
I gotta say, this is the most masculine urge to be like, oh, a women's issue needs to be addressed. I got this, ladies. Like, let me take care of it. That's so wild. The audacity of being like, don't worry about it, girls. Like, I've got this. It's just so bold. It's not surprising from a comedian, but I mean, I don't know. It's a radio host, comedian being president is not the most shocking thing I've heard.
Not anymore.
I certainly think it's like feasible. I think that people might be on board with it. I don't know. He would talk a lot. His speeches would be very long. I think
That's what I can't get over, that we've reached a moment when Howard Stern says he might run for president, and it's kind of like, that's not a bad idea. Like in 2016, what was the word of the year? Like post-truth? 2022 has got to be like post-logic. That should not make sense, but it makes sense.
But it makes sense.
In a way.
After Trump, after Kanye, after all of it, it makes total sense.
Okay.
I need to know if Robin is going to be vice president.
Oh,
Yes.
Maybe that gives a little bit of leverage.
You could almost see him do that as a bit, but then it takes off.
Yes, and then
Because I would vote for her.
Yeah, I love her.
Don't you
I'm
think
not
that
American.
I feel like a lot of presidential elections feel like they started as a bit and then took off. But then it just happened for real.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that there's no even, like, right now there are people who say that there's no, many of the moderate Republicans who've been presidents in the past wouldn't even make it these days because things have just flown so far to the far right. And so it is an interesting thing, you know, forgetting Howard Stern for a moment, because he has done a lot of questionable things throughout his career.
But the skeletons are all out.
Yeah.
You're right, his skeletons are
what
out.
What is he got to worry about?
No, you're right. But I guess what I question is just, will the Republican Party ever find a candidate who isn't completely in this...
Off kilter.
Exactly. I wanted to say many words in this. Thank you. Will they ever, again, because at least this guy, if he came forward, again, skeletons out of the closet, entertaining, like he checks some boxes, but now it seems like they're only wanting people who are completely...
Extreme.
But he's run for office before for something, right? Like he's run for governor or something?
He tried to
in
do,
New
and
York?
then they wanted to get his release his
He
taxes.
didn't want to tell people how much money he made.
Oh, where have I heard that before?
Which I don't think that's an issue anymore.
Someone not wanting to reveal their financial situation. That's history repeating itself, I think. Yeah.
But it's also interesting who he has traditionally attracted. Like there is a Venn diagram of Howard Stern listener and Trump supporter.
True.
And even the New York thing, the New York City thing alone. Yeah. And so I wonder, I'm not in support of this. Like I think that this is outrageous. I think there are qualified people out there who understand policy, who understand the Constitution, who are very well informed, who study this.
But could they win against him?
But could they win against him? I think that's the thing. And so I do think that strategically, if some people were looking at it, they would look at that Venn diagram of that cross-section of voter. And yeah, you do get the people who listened to Howard from back in the day when he was saying those inappropriate things and who still are loyal, who believe in certain things, and maybe he can change it. I don't know.
I know.
I do think that there is something to this because, again, it is 2022. We would not have ever talked about this seriously a decade ago, even maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But I got to tell you, when you think of what the other options are, if you look at the Democratic ticket, Biden said he would be a one-term president. He said he didn't want more than one term. We'll see if that sticks. If that's the case, is it a Kamala Harris who's going to run? Is a Kamala Harris going to win if Trump runs? Right? And I'll be honest, if the world wasn't ready for Hillary Clinton, are they ready for Kamala? I don't know.
That's true. And maybe you need someone, if Trump runs, and with just as much bravado. And when you bring that up, the New York and when you were saying, Courtney, about like he almost put on a cape.
Yes.
You know,
like a hero complex.
After Roe v. Wade, he just sort of turned to Rob and said, well, you know what? It looks like I have to run for president. There are simply no other options.
Maybe that's what so naturally he went to like, it looks like I have to step up. That's wild. Do you think that how possible do you think that in 2024 we see Stern versus Kanye?
Oh my God.
Do you think that it could narrow
will
down
not
those
think.
options?
These
That
days.
will be the sacred timeline.
Let's start the Reddit thread. Let's start it now. We're gonna